be with Ripley. Oh, I mean her daughter, yeah. As after 15 years of retardation, Amanda remembers her sweet mother and how she would make those sweet cookies. And remembers that she needs a cookie. Not that she's lost in space. So after talking with Samuel, she finds out that her mom is on the Nostromo. Also, that there is a Pandora's box that they need because it's important or something. But she needs those cookies, so accepts without delay. And where are they? Well, they're on board the Sevastopol station, or space station, which orbits around the big gas giant KG-348, as in keep eating stuff for it. And then she may find those cookies that her mom baked on that ship. Look, even the Wikipedia doesn't even know what the plot is. I mean, this is the worst sentence. Like they say the Nostromo, but then the next sentence they say the black box, which implies that it's not the Nostromo. So it's either the Nostromo or it's the shite that shot that I shoot down the toilet. I don't know. So after being in the Torrance cargo bay, Amanda Rip goes and gets a lawyer because it says so in the stupid Wikipedia. It literally says that. Why? I don't know. It just says in the gosh darn Wikipedia. But Captain Verlaine discovers that the ship is damaged along with its communication, so they head out to space. There they look at the world wandering something, a bedtime story or something, and how I'm gonna get a girlfriend, make $1 million, have a child, have grandchildren, and some things, and that, where we go. Yeah, we don't have time for that. Anyway, so we got Ripley 2.0 get flung, like how I fling my socks through the laundry basket. Soon, Ripley finds her next handyman, Alex. But Alex is only going to fling with Amanda if he's able to get off the Sevastopol. But oh no, he dies due to a black, tall nightmare. What do you think I said? The nuke? The Xenomorph wants to increase his body count as she's got competition. Rip then heads on to the transit system where she finds the flight recorder, but it glitches out, saying that you should slobber that like button and fart the sub button. Hey, that's what it says. That's what it says in the script. After having a standoff and almost kissing the Xenomorph, she traverses to the communication deck where she could at least get her second option, Samuel. But working Joel, Mama, doesn't want us as the company wants to preserve and study the Quitshaw. So she kills them and acquires a motion tracker because she has no motion. She talks to Samuel and he remembers the brat lawyer that you don't want to give a crap about. Well, she exists and is in the ER due to eating too much Taco Bell. Dr. Coleman diagnosed her as fetisishly obese beyond all belief. But the Xenomorph kills him and corners Rip 2.0, but gets distracted by explosions that the colonial marshals placed, as they were the puppeteers behind this madness. As Waite and Ricardo have been holding Henry Marlowe because his wife gave birth to the angry teen Xeno after getting off the Anisidora ship, and now he wanted that child support in the EPA. But Waite's plan failed, and so he devised a new plan that takes the Xeno and ejecting it from the ship. They use Ripley to instigate the target with a flamethrower. Rip 2.0 is forced to stay in with the Xenomorph as the plan needs to be successful. After ejaculating, she takes a leap of faith, knowing that the Xenomorph is jettisoned into the killer Gnome 348. Rip 2.0 tries to confront Wade, but sadly she waited too long as Worker Joe killed him and the other inhabitants. All that remained was Ricardo, but is luckily assisted by Samuel in that he gets into the AI Apollo core. But he gets scared by the AI Apollo, and Rip 2.0 gets notified that the lawyer Taylor made a deal with Henry Marlowe and that he would be given freedom if he were to give out the codes to the derelict on level 426, which is some important place, I guess. Also, in communications with Apollo Corps, she learns that the Wayland Yutana brought out the Fesestipol right before the Torns ever arrived. In Special Order 938 orders that the company wanted to preserve the Xenomorph as a test subject and protect it at all costs. Gosh. Apollo, seeing the human as a threat to their plan, instructs Worker Joe to kill the humans. RIP 2.0 confused as they kill the Xenomorph, so why? Apollo seeing the human as a threat to their plans, instructs Worker Joe to kill the humans. RIP 2.0 confused as they killed the Xenomorph, so why? Why? But there it was, at the station's reactor core. A nest of Xenomorphs and their aides. A horrified realization sweeps over Amanda, so she initiates a reactor purge, but a few Xenomorphs escape. Ricardo unfolds with 2.0. Her actions weren't in vain as comms were back online, which enabled Henry Marlowe to try to reach out to the ship Anesidora. There, they could maybe all escape the horrors, escape the nightmare that they find themselves in, and so they go to Henry Marlowe. But Marlowe has different plans as he shows RIP 2.0 her mother's last words before death and why she destroyed the Nostromo ship. Marlowe continues with his evil monologue on taking Taylor hostage, even though I thought she died a while back, but let's not question that. As he wants to detonate Anistora's fusion core to kill all the Xenomorphs on the ship so that humanity doesn't have to deal with the monsters. But Taylor wants those cookies, so clobbers Marlowe with a wrench. Taylor assists RIP 2.0 in stopping Marlowe's plans, but they're too late as both Taylor and Marlowe die. Out, which I'm sure we will never see them ever again. Yep. RIP 2.0 barely escapes from the blast, though the Sevastopol is still intact. Its gravitational system is broken, and it orbits around KG-348, starting to decay with its orbit. With time running out, RIP 2.0 and Ricardo tried to head over to the communications room to communicate the Torns to get them off the ship. But Ricardo is snatched by a facehugger while RIP 2.0 continues to move. Finally, Torns docks, but the docking bay has been removed, so RIP 2.0 has to spacewalk to the ship. Outside in space, she is attacked by a Xenomorph and is transported to the nest inside a cocoon, but she escapes with plot armor before getting smooched by a facehugger. Heads back out to outspace where she has to unclamp the Torns from the Sevastopol, narrowly escaping before being consumed by KG-348's gravitational bolt. She communicates to Verlaine about the whole encounter, but her system gets caught off, and she notices something off. Oh no, it's in here, on the ship. So with some quick planning, puts an EVA spacesuit and jettisons the alien in her out space. There, wandering out into the space, a light flashes onto her as she wakes up. And she wakes up to see me solving the FNAF lore with only the first 4 games. Just click the good playlist right up here. Please do it right now before I get screamed and killed by a Xenomorph. Please, hurry! Ah!